It's been a while since I made a dedicated video about Defina Finance, and about 3 months ago I made a community post talking about how much developments and updates this team constantly puts out and makes me super bullish on the project. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you that major update and how far they've come with it. I would also share with you why I truly believe Defina Finance is one of the best gaming projects out there. Now, this is a project that I believe can set a framework or a template for what you should look out for when picking a gaming project. I'm really bullish on Defina Finance and I think it's a great 100x gem for the next bull run. So, right here you can see the community post where I was talking about why Defina Finance is a team you shouldn't sleep on. Hardworking team, verified on Twitter, and in talks with Polygon in order to go cross-chain. Now, this is something I always talk about when picking a great gaming project: barrier to entry. Defina Finance is currently on the Binance Smart Chain network. However, they've had plans to have cross-chain capabilities. Defina Finance has been making steady progress since then, and that is what I like to see in a project like this. 68% in circulation and $1.8 million in market cap. Guys, this is a project that at this stage right now is completely community driven. There are no more private seed rounds or private vestings in the Defina Finance project. Right now, all tokens have been completely vested and it's in the hands of the community. That is what I like to see in a project like this. So, what are the reasons why I think Defina Finance is a great project? Why am I bullish on it? So, like I said, first of all is how hardworking the team is. In addition to having a good gameplay, there might be issues that may arise, right? So, if you're going to invest in a crypto gaming project, it's best to invest in projects where the team are constantly listening for user feedback. It's no news that games always release with issues, and if there are issues with a game, the only way the project can go forward is by actually listening to the gamers' feedback, people who the game is meant for, and then implementing those feedback. This is something that I've noticed the Defina Finance team constantly doing. They listen to user feedback, and not just listen, they actually implement it. There's also the free-to-play aspect to it, which I've been suggesting, and they took heed of. So something I really like to see in a project like this: releasing updates, checking events, integrating those events with their game, having more and more features added with the project as it goes on is something I like to say about this project. Aside from the hardworking team, the second reason why I think Defina Finance is a 100x gem are the many game modes. So, like my friend Seth and I always say, a lot of gamers can get bored easily, and the way to keep them into your project is by having different ways, different varieties of gameplay, different ways they can have fun. That's something I always look out for in a project. Defina Finance has several game modes that you can have fun with, a good play to earn model with all of them, and I think this is very interesting. PvE, PvP, Nightmare City, and guild system. These are all things that will easily take the project forward and will keep gamers entertained and within the project for a very long time. I think the fact that they are constantly updating and adding new gameplay methods, new gameplay features will keep the game fresh and relevant to a lot of gamers in the crypto space. So a game created for gamers with different versions of gameplay is interesting. Another aspect I like about Defina Finance is for those of it might not be for everyone, but for those of you really into the game, is interesting story mode and world building. Now, Defina Finance does this by also allowing people, the community, to detect how the story progresses, how the world is built, and I think that's very interesting. They hold competitions for people to write stories and then upgrade the gameplay based on that. This is something that I like to see in a project, not just community driven, but caring for the community as well. So the fact that users have a say on the story and how the game progresses is interesting. This is something that I can look at it as a personal point of view, but I like the fact that there's an interesting story that users can influence. So I think that's a very neat features. They've got a good marketplace, and check out the investors. Lots of investors that are into the project. Defina launched on CDFI as well. We've got Moonwhale, Real Fund, and many more. And Alex Becker being one of the advisors of the project doesn't hurt. I think that's something that, gives the project a lot of bullish momentum. And now let's move on to the big updates, and that's the Polygon integration. Cross-chain gaming, cross-chain capabilities is a big deal with crypto projects, and this is something that Defina Finance is doing as well. Defina Finance is now moving on the Polygon blockchain as well. You can play, you can enjoy it if you're on the Polygon blockchain as well as the Binance blockchain. This is interesting. Their partnerships with Magic Eden is great, and I'm super bullish for that as well. So yeah, these are all interesting aspects of Defina Finance. I think it's going to be interesting. Their NFT sale on the Polygon blockchain is going to be on the 16th of May, which is something to look forward to. They are opening up their projects to a brand new market, to a whole new ecosystem, and I think this is going to be very bullish for the project. More people will have eyes on the project, more people will see the project. So a hardworking team, cross-chain gaming capabilities, responding to user feedbacks, good stories, good gameplay, and a low market cap. Guys, Defina Finance is sitting at $1.8 million in market cap. At its all-time high, Defina Finance was over $60 million in market cap. So I think this project has a lot of momentum, has a lot of room for growth, over 40x just to that point. I think, with all of the vestings done and, no whales in the project and stuff like that, this project has a lot of room for massive growth in the coming bull run. Definitely one you should pay close attention to, a crypto game that I'm invested in and I'm super bullish on, and I'll be looking forward to in the next bull run. There are so many things that I've covered that make a great gaming project within the crypto space, and I covered them in the videos on the edge screen. So if you don't want to miss any of that, be sure to check out that video as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've subscribed by now. Don't forget to like, share, comment down below on any other project or topic you'd like me to cover, and I hope to see you next time. Stay safe and take care.